One difficulty when considering Codex Oera Linda is that it leads you unavoidably into the topic of syncretism. In fact, in my case, it is precisely this fusion of personal and place names that have drawn me to the book and fueled my interest in further research. The difficulty with the syncretic nature of the book is that it leads you into a forest of names, places, histories, interpretations that is almost impossible to navigate, especially if you don't have a sound basis in historical narratives. Attempts at understanding what was or might have been, as explained in Codex Oera Linda, is further complicated by the Interpretatio Graeca and Interpretatio Romana of the early historians such as Tacitus. Such historians attempted to syncretize or fuse the names of personalities and deities with those of Greek and Roman history. Without understanding the motivations and foundations of these early writers, it's nearly impossible to unravel the threads presented by Codex Oera Linda. Some names seem easy, like Minerva, which is a goddess in Roman mythology, but in Codex Oera Linda is a wise woman and mother of the people. Her name in Old Frias, Minerva, actually has a meaning. My inheritance, Mina Erfa. And the fact that her attributes remain the same in Roman and Greek mythology, where she's known as Athenia, suggests to me that Codex Oera Linda may offer a more authentic telling of her story. Of course, it is possible that the authors of Codex Oera Linda, according to the hoax theory, could have based their tales on older Greek and Roman stories, but the sheer volume of syncretic overlap with these cultures would mean that the authors had an encyclopedic knowledge of these names, places, and events, far beyond what seems reasonable. For instance, the character of Syrhed, who is also called Kelta in the Codex Oera Linda, finds a cognate in the obscure Celtic goddess known as Sirona. In Codex Oera Linda, Syrhed learns sorcery from the Magyar, which she uses to enchant her people and convince them to attack Minerva. In one scene, she uses a potion to beguile them, and it is said that she would walk upon the waves and call to seafaring ships, luring them to their doom on the rocks. This was a practice ascribed to the Sirens, which you can see easily, cognates with Syrhed as well as Sirona. Page 24 of the manuscript begins, "Secretly she invited Magyars to come and teach her sorcery, and when she had had enough of that, she threw herself into the arms of the ghouls. All these misdeeds, though, did nothing to improve her position. When she realized that the steersmen only shunned her more and more, she tried to entice them through fear. When the moon was full and the sea stormy, she would walk the wild waves, shouting at the steersmen that they would perish if they did not worship her. And she blinded their eyes so that they mistook land for water and water for land, causing many a ship to be lost with crew and cargo. At the first war feast that follows, when all her landsmen were armed, she brought out barrels of beer, to which she had added a magic potion. When the folk was altogether drunk, she stood upon the back of her war horse, leaning her head upon her spear. It was the most beautiful scene as the sky turned red in the dawn." Statues of the goddess Sirona often depict her as carrying a wand and a chalice, or a wand and snakes. Both the chalice and snakes are symbolic of potions and can still be found, for example, on the signs of apothecaries in our modern world.